Hey friends, welcome to another video. So this is the 11th painting in my 30 paintings in 30 days challenge. Now, if you are just tuning in for the first time now, basically this is a little challenge that I'm doing for the month of December where I am aiming to create 30 paintings in 30 days and uploading a video on each of those days. So what I ended up doing was picking 10 animals that I wanted to paint, and I'm going to be doing each of them 3 times. So since this is the 11th one, we are now wrapping back around to our list and starting to duplicate animals, which I'm excited about. This has been really, really fun. So we're kicking off the 11th painting by painting another Sphynx cat. I absolutely adore these little alien babies. I think they are so precious with their pink wrinkly skin. They look so velvety soft and goofy looking, and I just love them. It also was an interesting choice for me to make because it gave me another texture to work with. So it's no surprise that I tend to stick with furry animals that are, super hairy or feathered creatures. I do love my birds. But with this hairless Sphynx cat, I get to focus on more of like a skin-like texture. Granted, a slightly more soft and velvety skin texture than, say, like humans. But nevertheless, it was a lot of fun. It was really interesting and fun to work with a super directional light source here too. You've got those really strong cast shadows on the neck and kind of under the chin. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. With this particular piece, I did want to put a nice emphasis on those wrinkles because that's one of the identifying features of these goofy looking, adorable Sphynx cats are those wrinkles, which is not something I'm really used to painting. So that was super fun. And I just allowed myself to take my time with them, kind of define them, play with them, and just kind of see how the light was going to be hitting those wrinkles. And yeah, it was a really, really good experience. I did tend to stick a little more monochromatic with this one, and then I ended up going in with some glazes afterwards to really push those shadows, and I really wanted to push the saturation in the shadows too. So you'll see that I go in with a nice purple glaze, and I found that it really just cemented it into the background, it pulled the entire piece together. I also couldn't resist adding those purple touches to the eyes and the nose, just to give it more of like a placement in its environment with that like purple background, but also just to kind of give it a funky spin because, we are artists. We can create what we want. And if I want to create a Sphynx cat with purple eyes, then I am going to create a Sphynx cat with purple eyes. So at this point, I put my painting aside for a few days before jumping in with my glaze. You could see here how I'm really pushing those shadows. I'm making them nice and saturated, but because the sort of front side of the face is caught in a lot of light, it recedes those shadows nicely so that your eye first goes to the front of the face and those big pretty eyes. All right, so that brings us to another painting in the 30 paintings in 30 days challenge. So far, I'm still loving the painting process, though I must admit, doing the videos daily is starting to get to be a little bit tiresome, so I'm just gonna have to keep going. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this process so far, and maybe I have inspired you to start your own challenge. All right, I will see you in the next video, friends.